I'm Kathleen. Welcome to Kawaii Art Cafe. So as many of you requested, here is a tutorial on how I make my handmade resin keychains. So for this project, you're going to need some easy cast clear casting epoxy, as well as measuring cup, toothpicks, and popsicle sticks, gloves or finger gloves, and paints. I personally use acrylic paints. I use 2 different brands. And a lot of people advise not to use acrylic paints with your resin charms because they're afraid it's not going to cure. But actually, I have no problem with my resin curing as long as I use this, which is my Alumilite white pigmentation. Then you'll need some stickers to decorate your charm, as well as glitter, sequins, and a bunch of fun stuff you can put into it. So I like to use a lot of iridescent glitters. You can get creative and even use nail art too. And you also need lots and lots of glitter. And of course, you're gonna need a silicone mold. I get most of these from Etsy. And this is what you're going to pour your resin into to get your keychain shape. Also, as an optional, I like to use a heat gun to pop any bubbles in my resin. I'll show you later. And another optional is to have a mat so there's no messes or spills. So these are all the materials you'll need. In the next slide, here's a couple of ingredients as a reminder. Alright, so let's get started. So firstly, you want to put on some gloves and go ahead and open your resin epoxy. Now when you open your box, you'll have 2 items plus the instructions. You're going to have the clear resin and the resin hardener. Now with most of the instructions, you pour them into a 1-to-1 ratio, so you want to have equal amounts of the resin and the hardener. So in this case, I'm pouring about 5 milliliters of each. And then you want to go ahead and combine them and make sure that you scrape off the rest so that you have perfectly equal amounts. If you don't have equal amounts, it will not cure correctly. And then you're going to slowly mix the mixture. My instructions, I mixed it for about 6 minutes, very, very slowly. And once the resin is clear, you then pour it into your silicone mold, about halfway. And this will be your first clear layer of resin. And I like to take the heat gun to pop any bubbles. And then you get to decorate it with any stickers that you like. Personally, for me, I try to make sure they're waterproof. I find that paper-based stickers tend to kind of discolor a bit. Also, I recommend when you put your stickers inside, use a toothpick and slowly slide it in at a diagonal. Don't just push it down because then you're going to have bubbles in front of it. Okay, and then I like to decorate with some confetti glitter. I just use a toothpick to help me place them where I want. And then adding more stickers because you can never have too many stickers. And then you're going to want to wait 2 hours for it to cure a bit. Just leave it alone until it gets tacky like this. And then what I like to do is add a little bit more glitter to kind of give it more of a dimension. And I find it's easiest to distribute glitter by putting it on a popsicle stick and then tapping it to get a very even spread of glitter. This will make your charm just look extra shiny. After applying the glitter, you want to wait 12 more hours for the first layer to cure. So as you can see here, it's hard as a rock. So now I'm going to add the second layer. So just like the first step, I'm going to add some more resin. So again, I'm just doing about 5 milliliters of the resin and the hardener and mixing them together. Now please note when I mix this is sped up, I actually mix it very slowly to avoid any bubbles. And now I'm going to add my Alumilite white pigment. This helps the color become more opaque while allowing the resin to harden completely. And then once I have a cloudy white mix, I like to add a generous amount of glitter. For this part, you don't have to mix so slowly. Now usually if you're just pouring one color, you just put 1 drop of acrylic paint and pour it. But I wanted to make a solid color heart and a multicolor heart to show you, so I need 2 colors. So I decided to go with pink and purple. I add very small amounts. If you add too much paint, the resin will not harden, it will become sticky. So then, after adding the droplets, you just mix it in really well. And after mixing the layer, you just add the second layer here. So if you want a solid color heart, you just fill it like so. And if you want a 2-color heart, you're gonna have to pour both amounts of the colors very slowly so it doesn't spread too quickly. Now this is a sped up process of course, but I kind of went back and forth between the pink and purple to make sure that they were even. Next you're gonna wait 24 hours for it to completely cure. And it should look like this when it's done. Now for my favorite part is the demolding. What I recommend when you're taking it out of your silicone mold, pull the edges of the shape first so you don't ruin your charm. And voila, here's the first one. I think it came out pretty cute. And then I do the same for the second. Ta-da! So now that I showed you how to make the resin part of the keychain, next I'm going to show you how to make the chain part. So I'll be listing these materials below. You're going to need some E6000 glue and some bales. And this is how you're going to attach your charm to the keychain piece. So I just put the E6000 glue around the bale and stick it on the back of your resin charm. And then you're going to want to press it down and let it sit and dry for about 4 hours. And while you're waiting for the charm to dry on the bale, you can go ahead and get started on the keychain. So I do feel like the keychain's self-explanatory. You just need a swivel clasp. I really like the heart ones, but for now I'm just showing this one. You'll also need some eye pins, a plastic bow, some jump rings to attach the pieces together, as well as a craft bead or rhinestone bead like I use here. Did I say bean? I meant bead. And here are the materials for the keychain parts. So to attach the keychain, I recommend using some pliers, and you're gonna take a jump ring to connect everything together. So you just open the jump ring and then close it once you have the bale hooked through it. Alright, and here's the first one. And then you just do the same process for the second one. As you can see, I'm trying to show you that I open the jump ring. Sorry, my camera kind of failed to focus here. I do feel like assembling the keychain's pretty self-explanatory if you see a picture of it, so I hope listing the materials will help you. Of course, you can always do silver or pink or do other colors. And these are what the final result looks like. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you guys. I had a lot of fun explaining how I make one of my favorite DIY pieces that I saw in my artist alleys. If you guys want to see how much I sell these for and where I sell them at, you can always check out my Etsy shop and my artist alley vlogs. Till next time, I'll see you guys later.